Hello everybody and welcome back to another Unreal Engine tutorial. In this one today, what we're going to be doing is showing you how you can change levels inside of Unreal Engine. I've made a really simple and easy method using doors. You can walk through, transition to another level. So enough blabbering, let's get started. Okay, sweet. Right, let's open up any project of your choosing. This will work in any project. Obviously, we're going to need two maps, so I'm going to open up one where I have like a third-person starter map and a different level, okay? When I say level, I mean map, and when I say map, I mean level. It's just the way I say it. But yeah, right, let's get onto this code. Okay, sweet. So I'm in my little Nuketown map that I've made in the past. If you want to go check that, go and check it. It's pretty sick. And what we're going to do is just open a new level, just like this. And as you can see, I have FPS test map and Nuketown Unreal Engine. So I've got two levels. If you don't have two levels, just go ahead and pause the video and then just go and create one just for the testing purposes. If you do, then perfect. We're going to need one to start with and one to transition to. And you can do this for multiple levels. You could have like 10 levels and just change and change and change. The code will work the exact same, and I'll show you how to set that up. So I think it'd be a lot more valuable for everybody watching. Instead of just showing like a load of code or like how to do it, I'm going to try and explain it so you can actually learn how you can do it for yourself and you won't actually have to watch this video ever again or any other video. So how I think about this is we have our player and we want to go to a new level. So once you've completed all the objectives in a map, for example, we're going to walk up to a door or a hatch or a place in the level. And once we do that, we're going to trigger an invisible box which is going to shoot off a line of code and tell the engine, right, we're not in this level anymore, we've finished it, we can go to the new one. So hopefully that made sense, and I'll try and show you the code so it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, sweet, so I've just skipped ahead a little bit, I've just made it look better basically, and I've imported a door. You can use any door you want, you can use a hatch, you can use anything you want, okay? So let's just create a new blueprint class, and this is going to be type actor, and rename this BP underscore door level change. That's what I'm going to be doing because we're going to be level changing through this door. Like I said, you can use a hatch, you can use just a cube if you want, anything really. Now, let's just open this up. Okay, so let's click this plus, we're going to add a new component and it's going to be a static mesh component. On the static mesh, we're just going to go onto the right hand side and select our static mesh. I'm going to use a door, like I said before, you don't actually have to use a door, you can use a cube, or you can use nothing at all for the next bit, and I'll show you why. Because we're going to add a new component, which is going to be a box collision, and basically let's just scale this up, because our player is going to walk into this box. This box is going to be invisible, by the way, and once the player walks into the box, we're actually going to fire off a line of code. So basically the door static mesh is just there for for the player to just see a door and be like walk up to it, and then we're going to have an invisible box which fires off a line of code. Hopefully that made sense. Okay, so with our blueprint set up, what we can actually do is go and drag the blueprint into the level, and we can replace the static mesh door which we had earlier. So let's just delete that, and let's put this against the wall somewhere, just like that. Now if we go up to this door, my character's kind of slow, but when we go up to it, we're actually hitting an invisible box right now, and then that's going to fire off a line of code. So let's just click event graph in the BP door level change, right click the box, add event, and on component begin overlap is going to be the line of code where we say, right, we've hit the box, now, well, we've overlapped the box with our character, so we want to change level now. So if we just drag out of the execution pin here, we can just search for a cast, and we're going to cast to BP third person character. It's probably going to be for you. For me, it is my main character, which is cast to FPS character. Sweet. The other component is going to go into object, and that is working fine. Let's just double check our character. This is the character I'm using. Yep, BP FPS character. You use whichever one is your main character in the level. Okay, next let's drag out of the execution pin here again, and we're going to print a string. This is just to debug it, to make sure we're actually doing something. So let's just type in, I don't know, entered level 1 or entered door, anything you want really. This is just for debugging. So there we go, entered door level 2. Now if we compile, save, And let's just change the text to, I don't know, orangey red or something. Let's just go red. Change the duration here. It's 5 seconds. It should print in the top left corner of our screen. So let's click play. And once we actually get to the box, which, like we said before, is invisible, it should print in the left top corner that we are entering level 2. There we go. Enter door, level 2. Perfect. Right, so instead of actually printing the string, we actually want it to do something. So let's do that now. First, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add a text actor just to show that this is the door to the next level. Sweet, now that's sorted, we have level 2 on our door. And what we can do now is finish the rest of the code. So out of BP third person character, we are going to search, the execution pin, we're going to search for open level. Now there's open level by name and open level by object reference. And I'll show you how to do both of them. So firstly, let's use the object reference and let's search for our level. This is the one you created earlier, or whichever level you want to transfer to. So mine is the Nuketown map. So I'm going to go from my FPS testing map to the Nuketown map. And that should work just fine. So let's compile and save. And then afterwards I will show you the other method. So here we are, enter door, level 2, and then we're changing to the Nuketown map. But for some reason, it throws us inside the level and we can't actually do anything. Now, what is the reason for this? Well, let's open up our second level. And it turns out we actually don't have anywhere to spawn. So let's right click anywhere, place actor, and put down a player start. Make sure it doesn't say bad size because that means it's clipping through an object. And now, once we actually go back to the original level, yeah, so we're spawning on that player start. Let's actually open up our other level, the FPS test map. Now, once we go through the door, it should fire off the line of code that prints enter door level 2, changes us to the Nuketown map, and spawns us on that player start, just like this. There we go. So that's working perfectly fine. Now what I'll do, I'll show you how to transfer from this level to another level, or back to the original level, and I'll show you how to do it by name instead of using a object reference. So let's open up our BP door, and what we're going to do is just press, well, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create another door here. So let's create another blueprint class, and this is just going to be a trigger box. I'm not actually going to use a static mesh because I want to show you how you can do it without. This is why I was saying before that we didn't actually need to add a static mesh to our original blueprint. So let's just search for box collision, and we're going to size this up. So space, and that will give us the transform, just like that. And we can just drag this trigger box inside of here, like that. So now we actually don't have a static mesh, we just have a place in the world which is invisible, where our player can just walk up to it and it's going to check if the player is the player, and it's going to transfer the level. So what we can actually do is copy these 3 nodes here, and then right click box in the new blueprint, add event, on component begin overlap, paste in the nodes, just like that, connect them all up, and this is going to be level 3. And what do we need to do here? Object needs to go into other actor, compile, and then we're just going to connect up this one. Now we're using name for this one. I've already copied and pasted the name. Wait, let's just double check. Let's just copy that name and paste it in exactly. If it is case sensitive, so like if you put it all like lowercase, it won't work. It needs to be like the exact same. Now let's open up the original map and test this entire code. So what we're looking for here, we're looking for the trigger box to start our code, just like that. So we enter the level 2 and it prints it in the top left. Now if we go over to here, we've assigned it to the FPS map and we can just transfer back, and this could be your level 3. So that is working pretty good. If you're still struggling, all the project files will be on my Patreon. Go and check it out. And I appreciate everybody that supports me. Like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you next time. Peace.